The Falcons Giants game. And then this was my rushing touchdown. Okay. So I don't want nobody to hold it.
Mike, could you just start by talking about your initial thoughts to how everything went this season? Obviously up and down, and you're the starter, and you end just narrowly missing the playoffs. Just try to culminate. What are the thoughts after the end of this one?
I mean, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of ups and downs, but we showed a lot of great things, on film. A lot of guys on this team that can make big time plays, all across the board, and that's what we're super excited about, and obviously it didn't go how we wanted it to go, as far as not making it to the playoffs this year, but we know we got to attack this offseason and make sure we come back with the right mindset so that we can come back and be even better. So
there seems to be a general sense of it's coming for this offense and that it is for this team. Why do you believe that?
I mean, we're young. We got a lot of young players and a lot of guys that's making big-time plays, man. I told Bijan yesterday, I was like, man, like, some of the stuff you do is crazy. Like, I watch him, I hand the ball off, and I got to carry out my fake. Sometimes I want to peek to see what he's doing. So it's like, man, he's a special player. Obviously the guys on the outside, those guys are special as well as the offensive line. We can't do it without them. So there's just a lot of talent around this team, and I feel like a lot of people see that, and a lot of people are believing in the culture and believing in this coaching staff, and we're going to continue to grow as the years go on. So
what do you take away from your first year, learning from Kirk, getting put in as the starter, and finishing as we hope the starter for many years to come?
Yeah, man, it was fun. The whole time it was fun. I enjoyed it. Out there working with scout team, doing my best to, give the defense a great look so that, they can play good on Sundays, But, man, it was special, and obviously Kirk, him being in year 13, just finishing his 13th year, he's amazing, man. He's been nothing but a great support, always helping me, throughout this whole process, since day one. So much appreciation to him. So.
Based on the fact you only got a few weeks working with the ones, does the league need to fear Penix to London moving forward?
Yeah, man, it's going to be special, man. And we just not starting, so it's only going to get better.
What was that one moment where you were like, wow, this is really the NFL?
When I ran out the tunnel, I was happy. I was nervous, though, because that was my first time running out the tunnel. Obviously, like the Giants game, we introduced the defense and then away game, but when I hit that tunnel, I was nervous, but I was like, dang, it's crazy. So I always watch that and be like, I want to do that one day. So.
What was the biggest lesson you learned? I know earlier this season you joked of how long this season is, but now that it's over, looking back, the biggest lesson?
Man, it's about the work at the end of the day. And obviously, this business, this league, it's the best of the best, and it's hard to win. That's something that you learn. Like, it's hard to win in this league, so every win that you get, you take it and you enjoy it, but obviously, it's a week by week process, each and every day you got to put in the work, and it's about preparation as well. I watch the guys, in the locker room, like we in the locker room, I think it's just chilling. We just got out of meetings now. They're still watching film, still talking to each other about, what we can do that coming week to help us win a football game, and man, it's special to see that, and, we got a lot of time on our hands to do that. So it's been good. So I learned a lot.
You talked about the youth offensively. Bijan yesterday in the locker room said he was encouraged by what the offense can be. What can the offense be in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're the best. Player for player, I feel like we're the best out there. We just got to go do it, and it's going to start with this offseason. We got to attack it the right way. I'm going to make sure I get time with the guys this offseason, try to find a time to get all us together at some point, as well as, if I'm in Cali or somewhere where those guys are, just working with them like that, But it started this offseason, but we special, man, real special.
You mentioned taking a peek at seeing Bijan, seeing if you could see what he could do. What's fun about playing in this offense?
Just the variety that you get on the field of the options of guys that can make big-time plays at any moment of the game, And like I said, like you just mentioned Bijan, like, man, he makes some cuts like, man, I don't think my knees can handle. It's like, I'm like, I couldn't do that, So it's everybody is special in their own ways, and we just got to find a way to exploit that and continue to build and grow off of that. So
you spoke of your appreciation for the support you received from Kirk. Would you fill a void miss that if he's not around for next year?
You said what?
Would you miss that support from Kirk if he's not around next year?
Yeah, I mean, I just seen Kirk. I just was talking to Kirk, so I'm enjoying that right now. He's still here right now, so I'm enjoying that. So that's all I can do right now.
What are the things that you will work on with maybe your receivers or other people on this team? Just now that you've been through these 3 games, like what did you learn in those games that, okay, I need to do this in this offseason?
I mean, with the quarterback and receivers, it's about timing. Everything is about timing, that connection that y'all build, and that's something that grows each and every day. And it was continuing to grow, and even in the game, it was growing. It missed a couple plays early on, but you see as we started getting that rhythm, started clicking, things started going good. So, man, it's just going to continue to grow, and what we showed yesterday is just started something special, and it's only going to get better.
Michael, on the touchdown to Drake up the left side, it looked like he had the first one. What did y'all say? Just, hey, cut it a little shorter, or because you threw it, went right back to it. What was the thinking on that sequence?
I trust my guy. My guy's better than that guy, and we making a play. So that's all it was. He caught it the first time, was out of bounds, and I was like, I'm going to give it to him again, and he made the play. So.
For you individually, what do you want to work on in this offseason?
Man, I feel like for me, it's a lot of learning for me in this offseason because obviously it's my first offseason, as a rookie. Being my first offseason, it's a lot of stuff that I got to learn. I got to learn, that everybody's telling me to take some time off to enjoy it. I'm not used to that. Coming from college, it's always like winter workouts and it was going. But I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. But, like I talked about my connection with the guys, that's something that's going to be very vital and special, in order for us to be successful in the future. So I'm definitely going to get with those guys. And whenever I'm not taking my time myself, I'll make sure that we're putting in a lot of work to be great.
How helpful have these last few starts been for you as momentum? If you hadn't had them, it'd been a different situation, but you have them under your belt now. So how helpful is that going into an offseason?
I mean, it felt good to get my feet wet, just being out there. I definitely feel like it definitely showed me the speed of the game, in game time situations. I always say games is easier than practice. I feel like you practice against your defense all the time, so they know a lot of your tendencies in the game. It feel like the windows are much bigger, but to know that in college and then get to the NFL and see, okay, it's the same thing. It's just the same game. You just got to execute and, you got to prepare at a high level. And that's what I do each and every day, so that I can play and be play fast and be free. So, man, I learned a lot, and it's only going to continue to get better, but it was good to have those 3.
Is there any particular play that stands out in your mind from this season?
About that what?
That you played, when you were starting the quarterback, is there any particular play that just stands out in your mind? It's a lot of play. I don't know. You saying when I played? Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Maybe it's that rushing touchdown ball that you have right there, right?
Yeah, that was fun, but I like to see the guys ball. Like I would say Bijan, like bro, I'm telling you, I can point so many plays. Like this man jump cut 3 times off one leg. Like I'm like, what, bro?
What message might you have for Falcons fans regarding hope for the future?
Man, believe. Obviously this year ain't go how we wanted it to go, but man, we got the guys coming back, and it's gonna be special, man. I'll just say continue to believe. We're gonna believe. We're gonna go out there and put our hearts out and on the line to make sure that we come out with a successful season and make it what we want next year and for years moving forward. So we ready to roll, and this offseason is gonna be big for us.
Mike, what have you liked about working with Zach Robinson?
Yeah, I mean, he's great, man. I feel like our communication was great. That's the biggest thing about offensive coordinator and the quarterback. You got to have that communication, that bond, just to know that, for me, I got to let him know what I like, and he lets me know, like, what he feels fit for the game plan. But to have that and, knowing it's like, okay, he's not really comfortable with this, maybe we can push this to another week until he gets comfortable. Like to have that connection and, being able to talk to them and have them being able to receive that and just nobody having a big ego and just, doing whatever it takes to help this team win football game. That's the biggest thing, and I feel like he's great with that. So.
Now that the season is over, do you have an appreciation for how your rookie season went? Not having to start right away, having to learn from Kirk. Do you have an appreciation now or look back on that?
I mean, I appreciate every opportunity I get, to play the game in general. Like, I talk about it, man. I had the game stripped for me 4 years in a row, injuries. And for me to be able to be out there, even in practice, like, I
I'm not the biggest, I want to be in meetings guy, but I want to practice. Like, I want to throw the football. Like, that's what I want to do, and that's what I have fun doing each and every day. You know, but obviously I can't throw the football successfully without those meetings, so I know that part. But whenever I touch that field, man, I'm just super blessed, super thankful because, you know, you never know when that time is done. So.
Grady talked about he's getting married this offseason. Has he given you any tips on being engaged?
Nah, I ain't talked to Grady yet about no tips, but yeah, I need to talk to him.
As you kind of reflect on the last year, playoffs last year, whole draft process, off season, you're a starter now. What would Mike now tell Mike of last year this time?
It's just football. It's just football, man. I mean, you playing against the best of the best, but at the end of the day, it's the same game you've been playing since he was a little kid. You know, I didn't know what to expect coming into the NFL. You know, obviously, I'm playing in the best of the best. I'm professional players. I'm playing all these older guys. You know, I'm coming in there young, rookie. You know, but it's just football, man. You just got to put in the work and execute, and you know, you'll be all good. So.
What was going through your head when Kyle either spiked or tossed your first touchdown pass ball?
I was excited. I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't even realize that's my first ball, but until after the celebration. So I celebrated, then we were about to run off the field, and I was like, oh no, where my ball at? But initially, I was just excited we tied the game. So.
Anything else?
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.